Boys, it is that time you all have been waiting for. Well, it will be impossible to make a list of solid hype men in the industry today, that's my role models, and not see our guest name in the top 5 spots. It just cannot happen. It cannot happen. He was born for this job, and his energy and his ability to carry the crowd is second to none. No, I've seen him best lift his body, throw it away. See, he's just super talented. And he's not just a hype man, he's an artist who started out as a radio presenter. He's not only a hype man, as I've already told you, he's a voiceover artist too, radio producer. In fact, let me just introduce you to our guest. Let me try, maybe it will make me intern with him. His name is Kunle Shody Glover Jr., but you know him as Shody the Tana King. How did I do? No one there. How did I do? You tried. But you need like 3 or 4 classes, you know, just to catch up. Which day, sir? You understand? I'll look at my schedule, you understand? You know, based on this corona that is going on, I cannot, you know. But don't worry, I got you still, I got you.
Shody the Top King is in the building.
What's happening?
Y'all don't sleep. Y'all are everywhere, hyping, partying.
I try to sleep, you see, like, the whole of January, after that whole December, the whole of January, I was out, you know, like, I just went on holiday, turned off my phones, like, don't book me, I'm not available, like, I mean, body's not firewood now. Why you have made that money? Say, don't book me. Say, book me. Take me up. If they don't,
people have been talking about hype man, or hype people, I don't know, lately. Before, we know that they've always been there. Like, it was just like, oh, you're just hyping this person, but it was not like a main job. Now, people do this to put food on the table. And I don't know how long this took us to arrive here. And I know that it is not still popular to some people, because I don't know how people watching our children, they will now say, what do you want to become? Say, hype man. Hype man, are you all right?
Like, but I actually get excited, because like, I look at my DMs and I see like a bunch of like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds messaging me saying, oh, I want to be like you when I grow up and everything. And I'm like, wow, you know, that's cool. I mean, I'm actually like, there's a positive impact, like other than going to go and be a Yahoo boy or something, you know, like you're actually doing something you enjoy doing and you're getting paid to do it.
But you have other things that you do.
Oh,
because
no,
as I
do a ton of stuff, actually. I'm a hustler.
Okay? So how can somebody be a hype man and that would be like the main gig that you do, the only gig that you do in this life?
Yes, you can.
And then it puts food on the table for you.
Yes, you can. So I'll tell you this, so there are different classes of hype men. So the hype men who do only wedding after parties, which is a big thing right now in Nigeria. There's some who just do club events. There's some who just do concerts. Do you get what I mean? There's some who do just birthday parties. Do you get what I mean? So it's the different levels, you know. So you could be maybe a resident hype man at a club, and you work, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is your off day, you know, and coupled with the fact that people pay you. I mean, you're paid by the club, obviously. You might also get tips from customers and stuff like that.
If you do a good job, like you impress them.
You know, so it's kind of like being a bartender and everything. You're there, you also get tips.
But wait again. Doesn't it clash with being a compere, an MC? Okay,
so I'll let
because it's actually different.
So I'll tell you this straight up. So a hype man is an informal MC. Pretty much. You know, so if you think about it, if you're at a concert, and let's say Flavor's performing, live band. One Day Cole is performing after him, also live band. They have 2 different bands, so they need about 10 minutes to set up. You are at the show, right? Now, within that 10 minutes, what's happening? So there needs to be something going on. So the hype man is more or less the link between everything that makes sure that the show never goes down and it keeps moving. You know, same thing at the club as well. You know, by probably 4 DJs in one night. So there needs to be someone there. If it's someone's birthday, someone needs to give a shout out, you know, and all of that. Someone is buying bottles or you know, whatever, which is not my thing. Like, I don't like doing that. No, I don't enjoy doing that.
I'm going to ask a question about that. But then we're going to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. We still have my boss in the building. Shody the Turn Up King. He's my boss.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still Entertainment Splash. And of course, we've got Shody the Turn Up King in the building. Give us all those hype for those.
No, give us now, like just...
Like what?
I don't know, like...
So it comes with the with the ginger. So the thing is, I need to see like at least 1,000 people first. I need to hear that music. You know, it comes with the setting.
Even
you understand?
music that we play, I cannot do
No,
it.
you cannot.
The speaker has to be blasted.
I have to hear it. You know.
Okay, now Shody, let's talk about you left radio to focus on this proper. Was that a risk for you? Why did you do it?
Oh yeah, it was a big risk. So a lot of people don't know that I've actually been hyping for 10 years. So it wasn't just something that I started last year or 2 years ago. It was, funny enough, it started as, you know, just playing, going to the club, picking up the mic if someone's birthday, oh, happy birthday, blah, 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 and all of that. Next thing, I get a call from an alcoholic brand saying, oh, we have an activation and we need you. I'm like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? And I actually got paid. I'm like, okay, this is,
It's
you know. And I kept on doing gigs, So a lot of people don't know that I've worked with a lot of artists over the time. I worked with Dr. Sid and the Prince, you know, they were the first guys I actually went on tour with back in the day. I also worked with Runtown, you know, and then worked with Fowls. I still work with Fowls. And while I was doing that, so what it was whenever we're on tour, before the artists come out, I do like a 15-minute set just to get the crowd gingered. So people began to key into that, like, wait, so this guy is actually an act on his own, you know, without the artist and everything. And I started doing bigger gigs, you know, traveling America, England, Turkey, Malaysia, South Africa, Ghana, come back to Nigeria, doing bigger gigs. And, you know, just realized, like, you know what, it's time to take it to the next level. And how do you take it to the next level? Brand yourself, do something no other person does. So I can tell you, I'm the only hype man who has dancers on stage.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so
like, oh my God,
I wanted to come with, but me, I'm a girl, Shad, so that is the... No, I actually thought about it.
Because for me, it's all about, it's the show. The show must go on and you must give people a show. So I don't like when artists or as an act, you charge a ridiculous amount of money and you cannot actually provide value. Not come on stage and say, oh, DJ track 2. And they've paid you like 5 million naira, 7 million naira, or one ridiculous amount, and then you just come, no.
You're justifying.
Have a team.
Justify, put in the craft and everything. For me, I would say, like, if you charge as much as 10 million, you legit should come there with your doctor, checking your vocal cords and everything. It's like, let them see the whole packaging, like, okay,
the money's worth it.
Like, you should see when Beyonce or Drake, when they go for shows and everything, they will justify the money. You're like, okay, these guys are not playing.
Okay, so 2 questions in one. You said something about how there's branding and how you had to, like, should I say, detach yourself, not exactly detach, but stand alone as a brand, you know, as an outside of you hyping for artists. Now, that is dicey because, and I say that because I've seen some hype men that have worked with certain artists, and the reason why we know them is because of this artist. But then, how do you know when to detach? Because at some point, I know a certain person that detached and it wasn't getting gigs, so you have to go back.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. So when I say detach, you don't actually fully detach. I mean, I've been working with Fowls for about 4 years or thereabout, and we still work together. If I don't have a gig and he has a gig, we'll go together. Do you get what I mean? So you can still have that bond, and you're like, oh, these guys, it's seamless, you know. But when you have gigs and you have to do your own thing, look out for yourself as well. You have to do your own thing. So by that, now when you detach, you also need to brand yourself. Show yourself, show the world what you can do. Legit, like, I do not go to any event without my videographer and my photographer. Do you get what I mean? So I need to constantly put it in your faces every day, like, oh, this is what I do, and everything. It's content creation. So I may not have done any gig this year, for example. Now, I'm just using an example. But all the gigs I did in December, I can keep posting stuff every day like that. So it stays in your head, stays in your mind. You know, that's simple. Branding 101. You have to keep it there. It's the same thing with the artist. You drop one song, you go and sleep for 2 years, and then you come back and think you can just, no. It doesn't work that way. You have to keep on working. Chris Brown had, a song in the top 10 for Lord knows how long, almost a decade, because he kept working. So that's the only way.
What's the future of Hypeman? in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Future of Hypeman in Nigeria is to take it to the world. So my biggest idol and mentor is Fatman Scoop.
Okay.
You know, so growing up, I used to watch Fatman Scoop, and I love Fatman Scoop. And I love movie trailers and wrestling commentary. So that's actually what made me go into voiceovers and hyping and stuff like that.
I do as
so
well.
like, I mean, I go on Instagram and I see Fatman Scoop in Australia today. He's in New Zealand tomorrow. He's in just some remote place and he's doing shows. And that's where I see myself. Like, I want to take Afrobeats to the world. You know, I was watching something a couple of days ago. It's actually not the artists who take the sounds. It's the DJs, the hype man. Shout out to all the DJs, because the hype man is nothing without the DJ.
DJs, yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
so you have to, you know, put it together, take the sound out, take the vibe out and everything. My mantra is whenever I'm on stage, people always say, why do you always kill show? Why do you always have that much energy? I say, because I only perform for two people. Those who see me perform for the first time and those who are going to see me perform for the last time. So you have a lasting impression like, that is the GOAT.
I was going to ask a question, but then time is fast spent. But I will catch you. I will catch you. Just so you know, girls, Shody is married though, with two kids.
Oh my God!
Loki. Very private guy. I was going to dig him, but time has.
They always pick the good guys first now.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much, Shody, for coming on the
Thanks for
show.
having
How
me.
can people reach out to you? What are your handles everywhere?
I am Shody, IAMSHODY. Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you. Now, before we take your request for the week, enjoy this one by Shody featuring, who's that again?
Willis. Get it.
Absolute jam. Absolute jam.